In response to Monday's horror crash, it's too late, certainly for the pupils involved in that crash. It does beg the question whether governments need that kind of incident to happen before action is taken against these people who are on the road and sometimes illegally so.
Definitely, Michelle, and good morning to you and to our viewers. And the second question to what you asked is what happened beyond this operation, which just ended now, starting at around 6:30. Excuse me, Michelle, there are drivers walking up and down for that. What you see behind me, Michelle, the drivers and some of the owners of the Scara Transport have now converged here. They are being addressed by the MEC of Transport in the province of Gauteng. But we know, Michelle, that this is not just a Gauteng problem. It happens in many other of South Africa's provinces. In fact, 11 vehicles, Michelle, were impounded yesterday in Polokwane, in the province of Limpopo. So it speaks to the problem that we have known, but where does the solution lie? Let me bring in Boot Stanley, who is one of the drivers here, who was listening in on the MEC. Boot Stanley, thank you so much for not for driving us, but for joining us on Newzroom Afrika. You are one of the owners and drivers and transporting kids here in Lenasia. Where are we getting it wrong, and what is the solution for some of the problems that we're seeing in terms of overloading, drivers not having permits?
Good morning, how are you? You're speaking to Stanley. I'm from Future Leaders, a PRO. Firstly, I would like to send my regard concerning the accident that happened. Yeah, bengithanda ukusenda iregards kule accident enzekile abantwana bashonile kulabantwana abayi-12. I think our problem the problem ukuthi we every year we ikolo masivula we tackle sibe ne problem ukuthi sinokuthola ama driver amasha imoto ezingenayo every year, which is a problem lesidila nayo every year. Uthola ukuthi youth ening iza la igijimela kule transport kule industry yethu. You understand? And wena mina mangikhula data ngisakhula bengazi ukuthi le industry le beyirana abantu abadala. You understand? Which is those who told you they are retired, and then we say ukuthi bahlale endlini, they continue kwenzani ba transport abantwana besikolo. But now this industry say igcwala nge-youth, which is I mangibheka I feel that the government knows fair nxa ukuthi i-youth ebhayi is unemployed. You understand? So bazalana, which is mafika lana babasibhildele imoto, and then ma-build imoto mafika lana uthola ukuthi imoto yakhe I correspond ayikho right. You understand? So that's why sisithola kule situation there.
Nina as abashayeli kodwa 60 vehicles were impounded in a space of 3 hours la Lenasia. 3 people have been arrested. Surely as an association la Lenasia you should be worried. What are you saying?
No, they are worried ngoba phela i-concern ukuthi abantwana phela kumele entambama kumele babe ne-transport ukuthi babuyele emuva. And ngapha le moto lezi njengoba zi-impoundiwe, our problem ukuthi imali la kule industry we're not making money. You understand? We're not making money, and we can't charge our parent imali eningi, which is we know abazali now bafuna ukuthi abantwana babe ekolweni ezibhetha. You understand? Which is i-lands. Nami ngiyafuna njengomntwana ngifuna ukukhuluma isilungu afana nabantwana. You understand? So thina abantu abamnyama safu we are forcing ukuthi sibe lapha. You understand? As manje ukuthola abantwana abazala abazali bethu they are unemployed. Abanye they paying imali ze grant, abanye babhatala ngama-350. You understand? So
it's still not an excuse for overloading, which we see trying to say with abazali they allow this to happen so that their children could go to better schools.
Yeah, I understand. It's not an excuse, but mina bengizothanda ukuthi government is incede. You understand? Noma ingasubsidize, noma ngiyazi ukuthi nemoto ezethu azikho right. Izwe inkinga zethu, because sometimes unothola ukuthi imoto ijampile ayibhatala ama-disk ngenxa ukuthi maybe kuleyo nyanga leyo or kuleyo month leyo awukhonanga ukuraise imali abantwana mawujabheka imali esitholayo ebazalini iya straight ey'koloteni zethu ukudla sinamafamily. You understand? So we are trying to feed our family masla. So thina besizocela ize government yethu ukuthi at least is subsidize Understand? Ngoba manje uthola ukuthi imoto iletha abantwana njengemoto zethu iletha abantwana abayi-10. Understand? Iletha abantwana abayi-10, we are paying abazali, we are paying 750, 800. Understand? Uma calculate petrol is how much? You understand? So into igcina sesiphushela ukuthi sigcina sesenza amavolo. Hayi ukuthi sathanda. Nami nginje, hayi ukuthi ngiyathanda ukuthi ngilayisha abantwana besikole. You understand? Nami ngifuna umsebenzi. You understand? Uma uthola umsebenzi ngizoyeka lento le. You understand? But because of us namsebenzi sisithola sila.
Stanley, we're out of time. And just to translate what Stanley told me right now, saying they're appealing to government, Michelle, in terms of their vehicles. You find that some of these vehicles are authorized to carry 10 learners, but you find them with 25 to 30 learners inside. So they're asking for government subsidy in terms of subsidizing the transportation, these associations. But it's still not an excuse, Michelle, of what they're doing, you know, and it's questions which we have asked the MEC of Transport, the Minister of Transport, and the MEC of Education in the province. A solution needs to be found when it comes to this problem. There are Scholars Transport Association, there is the Department of Education, there's a Transport Department, and there are also parents. All the stakeholders need to have a conversation as to the solution that will, a positive solution that will curb some of the road carnage in terms of scholar transport that we've seen. It's totally not an excuse, Michelle.
It absolutely isn't, Scara, and the solution surely cannot be to overload and to put passengers' lives at risk.